Geminis, welcome into your monthly tarot reading here, intuitive tarot reading. So we're going to dive in and get some information for you all, see what's happening. Things have definitely been a moving and a shaking already in 2026. I'm kind of, as I kind of said, ending 2025, 2025 was a year of a lot of chaos and conflict, a lot of endings, a lot of kind of purification, integration, and that was more obviously internal, but we've really hit a pivotal timeline shift. And for those of us that are awakened and on this kind of ascension path, we've hit a very pivotal point. We are aligning with our highest timelines right now. And it depends on, again, your frequency. So we need to keep working on that. I don't want to say working on, because really energy shifts, yes, there's a process to continue to increase our frequencies. And it's more about our physical body, because we are at our core, we are at the ultimate highest divine frequency. That is the essence of who we are. Like, we are already there. Really, the aspect of this kind of frequency increase or ascension is really about the body being able to slowly get used to our true energy frequency, right? So it's more the process of that collaboration, integration, to allow our physical vessel to be able to handle that. And then obviously that's going to then kind of create then our physical experience and align more with this highest kind of higher dimensional experience that we're here to unfold. But we're aligning. So again, how are you going to, what timeline are you going to jump on right now? And that's where what's going on in the external world, right? There's still a lot of chaos and conflict, and that's going to continue to unfold. And it's just staying kind of, not letting it pull you in, not allowing it to pull your frequency down, not engaging with it, and not seeing it as truth, right? And that's the shift in perspective, in realizing that what's happening in front of me isn't necessarily true. Just because I'm experiencing it doesn't mean that I have to tie my belief system to it or tie it as my truth. And the more you can do that, the more it'll shift. And the more we increase in frequency, even though we can see it happening out there, it's not really impacting us. And that's where, too, I've really been recommending, I've been putting out the avian channeled messages. The one I just posted, it was like the second week of January, but it's a technique to align you with your higher path. They did provide a method of how, I guess you can call it like a meditation or visualization, but it's really going to help you if you continue to use that. That is going to help you, right, align to your highest timeline right now. So I would highly recommend that. But wanted to get that message out there because February, I've been told time is going to continue to speed up. And a lot of things are going to start happening, like a lot of changes, but they're going to be good, right? We need to see them as good, but things are going to start really moving and shaking for those who are ascending and those who are on this higher timeline. So really excited for that. So let's keep it going. And this reading will help. We'll get some insight here, guidance. So I'm going to pull a bird oracle card. So this is going to be your bird symbol for the month and also give you some general energies, themes. So Geminis, you got the goose. Love the goose, right? It's been interesting because every sign so far has gotten a different bird card. So That's kind of cool. There hasn't really been a trend. So the goose wisdom, there is strength in numbers. When working as part of a team, sharing responsibilities is to the advantage of the greater good. So when this goose appears, open up to the notion that solutions can appear anywhere and everywhere. Making small positive tweaks to your daily routine can have a surprisingly big ripple effect on your life. There are many benefits to joining a group. Community support and care is very valuable, and you not only have much to offer, but there's so much you could be receiving too. So I'm getting the higher messages. There's strength in numbers, right? And if you've been feeling like you've been more kind of hermity or like disconnected from people, or kind of feeling like you're on your own and you have to kind of control or take care of business in your own way, I feel like this month is going to open you up to seeing the impact of support from others and what it can do to change your life. But also it talked about is tweaking your daily routines. And that's a big one for 2026. We need to get out the old belief systems around how we need to live our lives on a day-to-day basis. Definitely people who are stuck in really hardcore routines. The best thing you can do to change your life right now and to shift the frequency is to shift your routines up. And basically what kind of I've been following and the messaging I've been getting from my own channel, but other channelers, is more than ever, we need to start to understand that how we're supposed to navigate this physical experience in every single moment is literally in every moment following your highest excitement, following your highest passion, your highest joy. Like, what is your soul calling for you to do in this now moment? And the biggest thing, right, the biggest block for all of us is the old belief systems that just aren't ours individually, but as a collective of humanity is telling us, we've had these templates forced upon us, programmed into us, that we have to live life a certain way. Like, for example, well, I have to go work at a job that I hate because I need a paycheck to pay the bills. And if I can't pay the bills, those are all old templates that are being rewritten right now. And the thing is, when you are following your excitement, your joy, your passions in every moment, what happens is you start to unearth the real true power of the key to, if you want to call it manifesting or aligning. All of a sudden, things are going to start coming in to support you, bringing in opportunities, bringing in people, experiences that are us reaching a new highest potential experience for ourselves. So this key about changing your outcomes, every day do something differently. And the example I'm getting is if any of you have watched the show Seinfeld, that could be dating me, but it's that episode where George says, I'm going to do everything opposite of what I normally would do. And it ends up actually being an advantage for him, and he gets everything he wants when he starts doing that, because it's kind of saying, like, the way we used to do things are based on maybe belief systems that have been blocking us. Maybe we've been stuck in routines that, again, it's like we keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and we have to get out of that. Interesting. The goose can seem kind of normal, but you know what? I feel like that was one of the greatest messages out of all the readings so far. So you may all of a sudden start seeing geese, popping up for you, just as the synchronicity here to support the message. So if you do see a goose in any way, whether it's on TV, in a picture, maybe it is out in nature or something. It's all just to remind you of that message of, like, okay, I need to do something different here. All right, let's look at the Oracle, Energy Oracle. So you got attachment, man holding a heart, and door to romance. Okay, so this is, I mean, this is pretty clear, Gemini. So this is about relationship patterns. It could be referencing a relationship that's an attachment or a codependent connection here, but there is something about like really clearly seen and old, like in this picture you see she has this mask in her hand that she's taking off, and she's kind of bound at the wrists with these chains. So there's something that she's been stuck in, a pattern, but she's starting to see kind of maybe her own distortion of why she attached herself to things, why she has these codependent patternings, why she keeps staying stuck in the same thing that isn't aligned with her highest, excitement, passion, happiness. And it definitely is around relationship here. There could be something new that wants to open up for you, or something that has been trying to, or has showed up in your life, but you just weren't willing to see it because also you didn't get out of your own way. There's something about getting out of your own way by your stuck ways of having to do or see things the same way or do things the same way. You have to do them differently to get a different result. And that's the key here. If you want something different, if you want something to be successful, or if you want something to be more solid or stable, or something that really, is more passionate or loving, you have to mirror that, right? So our external experience is all just a reflection back to ourselves of what's going on within us. So if you don't like what you see in the external, there's definitely some changes that you need to make to kind of unlock something different for yourself. All right, let's keep going here. I guess that's totally kind of synchronistic. It's aligns with February, which is Valentine's Day. So there is kind of this focus more around love in February. So we got the Seven of Cups, the Magician, that's your card, Gemini, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this Wheel of Fortune has definitely come up a lot. So I do feel like February, like I said, is something with timelines for people. Something is definitely shifting big time in January or February, and you're going to really feel it and see it. And I feel like this Magician is saying to take advantage of this and realize that you have a lot of power right now to really align with the things you want. If we're doing the things that we're being guided to do, which is changing our perspective, doing things differently, showing up differently, getting out of these stuck routines. And it's not only just like daily routines, but it's like the routines of ourself, the stuck like mentalities, the stuck belief systems that we've held on to, the way we've perceived life, how we perceive ourselves and our own value and worth. And the Seven of Cups too this is aligning with your dreams and desires here. So the cups and the Seven of Cups are all kind of holding a different desire. And you can have all of these. And that's the thing. You're finally aligning with, but you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. There's that key message here, and expecting that you're going to get all your desires just plopped in your lap. It does involve some sort of new perspective and shifting. And we especially have to see what we're attaching ourselves to. Because if we keep holding on to things that hold us down, we can't keep expecting then that we're just all of a sudden, like I said, like all our dreams and desires are going to plop in our lap, because you're holding on to something that's not your dream, not your desire. And that's kind of a definition of insanity again. So we really need to look at like, what are the things that we keep in our lives? And how are they expanding us? How are they like elevating our frequency and allowing us to really exalt into this new type of experience. All right, King of Wands. 10 of Cups. Wow, look at that at the heart of your reading. Sun. Wow, Geminis. This is probably one of your best readings. There is, so this could be somebody, the King of Wands, especially with this man holding a heart. Usually this card can reference a love opportunity coming in for you, or you really prioritizing love and really saying aligning with relationship at this time. But yeah, there's a big focus here on your happiness and fulfillment here. So for some of you, a King of Wands could be someone coming in as a potential, love partner here. This could also be you just really, again, following your highest passions. You're finally really starting to get the guidance and applying it to your life and really feeling a lot of confidence. You're attracting a lot right now, and you're really just following your purpose, your passions in the moment. And then you're starting to see how it shifts your life here. Really shifting big time. Okay, 9 of Swords. But, what's going on here? There's definitely a lot of overthinking here. The Fool and the Justice card. Well, there's nothing to worry about here, Geminis. But you definitely are overthinking because this is your old belief system. These are the old codependent or just behaviors that have been keeping you tied, right? Tied and stuck. And tied to unhappiness or loneliness or lack of abundance, lack of prosperity, lack of relationship, or just relationships that aren't serving you. But I keep saying but because, yeah, like this is like the old trying to kind of pull you back. I feel like you are feeling the yearnings. Your soul is finally like, yes, I really want this. Like your soul's lighting up when you're doing these new things or going towards the things that you really want in your hearts of heart. But the old kind of mentality is kind of like, wait. But what about this? Or what about this? Or wait. Remember, you're not worthy. Or remember, wait, you have to stay stuck in the old, working your ass off. Because if you don't, then you're not going to be anybody, or you're not going to, be safe. Whatever it is. I feel like this is just the old kind of, it's going to test you. There's going to be a little test here, but you're going to pass here with the Fool, because the Fool's kind of like, hey, screw you, fear, right? The Fool is really like jumping off the cliff, even though it can be scary, into the far beyond and trusting that they're going to be safe and that, it's all going to work out. But there's definitely some new path here. And this is what kind of shifts for you. I feel like all of a sudden, like justice is served as well. Like if you feel like you've had a lot of karmic patterns, karmic experiences that have continued to plague you, whether it's like relationships, jobs, just like drama in your life, whatever it is, I feel like there's a shift here. But the shift isn't just happening to you. The shift happens because you start shifting. And that's the key here. Let's get one. Let's get one for the 9 of Swords here. Get some more clarifying. King of Cups. So this is like a conflict between what your heart wants and what your mind is saying. And especially Geminis as air signs, I do feel like you tend to lean more on your intellect and what your head is telling you. But this is where the shift is happening. It's time to really listen to your heart. Like, what does your heart want? What are what is it yearning for? And getting out of your way here, right? Because if like in your heart of hearts, you want love and you want relationship and you want connection and intimacy, whatever that is, but you've always blocked yourself of that because of fear, because of, Maybe you didn't feel worthy enough. Maybe you're like, you know, you've always had that energy block because, oh, I don't trust people. It's not safe. I can only allow people within, you know, a yard distance of me. I can't really let them in. And then you have this Oracle card, which is also showing the heart in the cage and the doors opening though. So it's like finally allowing yourself to love and give love and receive love. Let's get one for justice. Ace of Cups. Wow. Yeah, this is like a huge karmic shift in your relationships. And you definitely are opening some sort of blocked heart chakra, which is interesting. You didn't get the heart chakra, but this is like a new beginning from a heart space, from an emotional space, and really allowing yourself to feel, to love, and to receive. Going back to that key messaging here. And what's this King of Wands? The Hierophant. Commitment. Really finally committing to what you really are passionate about, what you really love. There is some sort of shifting what you're committed to and what you're really willing to put your all into. There's a definite shift here. Interesting. Well, Geminis, February is going to be a good month for you all. You have the power here. All right. So go off and enjoy. Let me know what unfolds here because this is looking really good for you guys. All right. Well, thanks for joining in. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.